everybody in EDU 271 OW Educational Technology. I wanted to take a minute to go through our class site with you and just kind of review with you where you should be looking to find everything and the general layout and organization of the class. Now you'll notice that several things on the course right now look grayed out, and that is because it is before January 20th, so there are still some restrictions in place for those people who have not yet taken the MOCA or the mandatory online course assessment. So you'll still see that the stop, read this first, and the MOCA and the orientation key and all of that will go away after January 20th, and so this part of the initial part of the course will kind of get cleaned up. For those of you who have already taken that, of course, everything will kind of be a little bit brighter and more open to the course. The very first thing you'll see is the course syllabus. Of course, all you have to do to see it is to actually click on it. How it works in Moodle is you'll see it downloads, and then you'll have to click on the document, and then the document opens. Everything will open in Microsoft Word. That way you can make it bigger, smaller, whatever you need to do for your visual needs. So here you'll see our syllabus is taking a very long time to open, but our syllabus is here. I'm going to close it for the sake of time right here, but that is where you would find your syllabus. And in the syllabus, if it would open, I was still hoping kind of secretly there that it was going to open so I could briefly scroll through it, but all of the information about your course grade, all of the information about late assignments, everything you would need is in there. I highly encourage you to spend some time looking through it, reading it, paying close attention to what's in it. Also, we have a course calendar. Again, all you need to do to see the course calendar is click on it. You'll see it's loading here. I'm just going to enlarge it so you can see it here on my screen. It's handwritten with just dates put on it. So you can see due dates. The numbers off to the side is how many points. If I've used any abbreviations, I tried the very first time I used them to put it down at the bottom. You can scroll for each following month. You'll see I stay very consistent. Assignments are always due on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you'll see continuously Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that you'll always kind of have an idea there of where they are due. Hopefully I'm not gonna, oh good, didn't want to accidentally X out of the whole course. Okay, so here's the announcements. I also send all announcements out by email, but let's say you want to go back and see an old one, you could always come back and see them here. Again, you should always be able to come back and see them as well. You should also get them as an email as well, excuse me. Anytime you want to go back to the main page, you just click right back up here, takes you back to our main page. The Distance Learning Handbook, New Student Manual, Portfolio Assignment is there. Portfolio assignment is something that's not due to the end of the assignment. I'm going to create a separate video about specifically the portfolio assignment later, and it'll go just over that assignment, but it's something that will build throughout the entire semester and is due at the end of the semester. So again, I will create a video just about the portfolio assignment later, but that is that assignment. It's due at the end. Okay, every module is laid out exactly the same. It starts with a task list. You'll notice every single one, Module 1, first thing, task list. Module 2, first thing, task list. Module 3, first thing is a task list. When we get down to 4, very first thing is your task list. Excuse me, that's hard to say. Module 5, again, very first thing. What happens with that list is when you click on it, it's always laid out the same exact way. It tells you what to read, and then it tells you what to complete. So it tells you everything you need to be reading, and then it tells you everything you need to be doing. And when it tells you what to do, it tells you what to do, how many points it's worth, and the due dates. Those due dates should match up exactly with the due dates on that course calendar that I've already showed you. And these points should match up with exactly the points that you find in the assignment itself, as well as the points in the grade book. So you'll see in the first module, Module 1, you should be reading the course syllabus. You should take the module, the Moodle orientation course if you haven't already done so. You should be reading Chapter 1, Chapter 2, the Sky Drive materials, now known as OneDrive. You should be reading the Microsoft Word materials, the search engine materials, and the NC Live materials, which is actually part of the search engine materials, excuse me. You should complete the introduction discussion board. It's worth 20 points. It's due on January 20th. You should do chapter 1 homework. It's worth 20 points. It's due on January 22nd. You should complete the chapter 2 homework. It's worth 20 points. It's due on January 29th. And you should do the NC Live MS Word assignment. It's due on February 3rd and it's worth 50 points. When all of this work is complete, you'll know it's time to move on to Module 2. One of the things that I'll be doing as soon as January 20th rolls around as well is I will start highlighting the color of the module we are on, so that when you look at the class, you'll quickly know exactly which module we're on, because it'll be highlighted, so it'll be like yellow. For example, and that would be like right here, this whole block. In other words, this block would be highlighted for you, so you'll know that that's the module we're in. So the reading assignments that were there where it said read, you can find all of them right here. So when you go to the reading folder, you can find everything you need to read in the reading folder. Extra resources that might help you would be found in the resource folder. So this is just some extra stuff that might help you. That would be in the resource folder. And then the due part, the actual homework or completion part, is all right here, where this is what you're going to do. You're going to do that introduction forum, the chapter 1 homework, chapter 2 homework, and the MS Word and NC Live. And again, when you're done with that, you'll know that it's time to move on to topic 2. You'll notice in topic 2 we have some group work. We haven't assigned groups yet. I'll be asking you to, if you have any preferences for who's in your group later. And so at that point, we'll be making the group. So that's why that's blank right now. But when you're ready, we will see, here's our task list. So again, it'll look very similar. Here's what you're to read. Here's what you're to complete. You'll notice in this one, I introduced 2 assignments in this module that you have a long time to work on. I introduced them into this module, but they're not due until module 4. So I clearly spell that out here in our task list. And just as before, you'll notice that it's very, very consistent. The materials you need to read are in your reading assignments right here. Any extra materials would be in your resources, module resources. And then your assignments that you need to do are right here for you. Your chapter 3 homework, your chapter 4 homework, your evaluating web resources assignment, your discussion forum, your assignment. This is a discussion board. This is a group presentation that you're going to be turning in. So all of these things are your assignments, your readings, and then your just helpful things here. You're going to notice that every module, we have 5 modules, all 5 take the same exact format. So every one of them looks awful lot alike. So that is the layout of the course. It's pretty self-explanatory. There are only 2 quote-unquote tests. I like to call these homeworks because I'm expecting that you're going to open up the book and look up the answers in these. There is a midterm that you will see pops up in Module 3, a midterm exam there. You'll find in the reading folder in that module that there is a study guide for that. There's also a portfolio checkup so we can make sure that you're on the right track before the end of the semester in that module. And then at the end of the course in Module 5, you'll notice there is a final exam. There is a study guide for that as well in the reading folder, and then there is the portfolio there as well. So there's only 2 tests in the course, the midterm and the final. The midterm's worth 50 points, the final worth 100. There's one extra credit opportunity, and it's very specific. It's only when there's no other assignments due around that time, because I don't want it to distract you from other assignments. So it's very specific. You cannot turn it in late, because after that point is when you should be working on preparing to wrap up the semester. So there's only one small window of opportunity should you wish to engage in that, but it's totally optional. That's pretty much it. There are basically these homeworks that make sure that you're interacting and engaging with the book. There are the actual assignments which engage you with technology. There are the forums which engage you with your classmates. So you have the homework that has you interacting with your book, the assignments which have you interacting and engaging with technology, and the forums which have you interacting and engaging with your classmates. So that's pretty much how it's laid out. And then we have the two tests, the midterm, the final, the portfolio, as far as the biggest grades of the course. As I mentioned in the introduction, I'm always available. The syllabus gives all my contact information. The course calendar gives all your due dates, as well as the task list given for each and every module. My information is also up here in the instructor box, and other information for distance learning staff is available here as well. If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to call us, and I'm looking forward to a great semester with you. I hope this little overview has been beneficial to you.